Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about the circular economy. But, we're not just going to talk about recycling bins and reusable coffee cups. We're going to go under the hood and reveal the powerful and often totally invisible digital engine that makes the whole thing run. So let's dive in.
For, centuries, our economy has run on a very simple, straight line. We take resources from the earth, we make products, and then, when we're done with them, we just throw them away. It's a one-way street to the landfill. But this model is really starting to show its cracks, which makes you wonder, what if there's a fundamentally better way to do all this?
And that better way is, of course, the circular economy. The difference here is, it's night and day. Instead of that one-way ticket to the dump, this is a continuous loop. Products are designed from the very beginning to be used, returned, and then reborn as something new. The whole idea is that waste isn't the end of the line. It's actually the beginning of a new one. Now, as you can imagine, managing this elegant loop, tracking every single product, every component, every material through multiple lifetimes is incredibly complex. It's way beyond what traditional old-school systems can handle. You can't just slap this on top of what you already have. It forces a total rethink of a company's internal IT.
And the answer, really, is what we call a digital backbone. It's not just a support system. Think of it more like the central nervous system for a product's entire journey. It helps design the product to be sustainable from day one. It monitors it in real time while it's being used, and it even handles things like green procurement, making sure you're sourcing materials that are recycled and reusable. This is the foundation that makes all this circularity stuff an actual reality.
But here's something you might not expect. A product's circular journey? It doesn't start when you buy it, or even when it rolls off the assembly line. Nope. It starts way, way earlier, right on the designer's screen.
Okay, to make all this a bit more real, let's follow a fictional product that's been built for this new world. We'll call it the Smart Flow Pump. We're going to trace its entire life cycle, from the moment it's just an idea, all the way to its eventual rebirth. And we'll see how IT is the magic that makes every single step possible.
So, right from the get-go, the Smart Flow Pump is basically born digital. Specialized software helps the designers create a modular design, which makes it super easy to take apart and repair later on. Smart procurement systems are already set up to source recyclable materials. And get this, even AI gets in on the action, analyzing different materials to predict their impact and ensure the pump is truly built to last.
All right, so the pump is designed, it's built, and now it's ready to go out into the world. But in the circular economy, this isn't about a simple one-time sale, not at all. The entire business model flips on its head, shifting from just selling a thing to providing an ongoing service.
This whole concept is called Product as a Service, or PaaS for short. So customers don't actually buy the pump. They subscribe to a service, and they pay for the outcome, say the volume of liquid it moves. This completely changes the game. All of a sudden, the manufacturer has a huge incentive to make that pump last as long as possible. And it's that digital backbone that manages this whole new relationship.
So how does this actually work in practice? Let's walk through it. A customer signs up for the service online. The company's supply chain software coordinates the delivery and installation. Once it's up and running, tiny IoT sensors on the pump start sending real-time performance data back to headquarters. And that data drives everything, from accurate billing to proactive maintenance alerts, all managed through a super smart customer relationship system.
And this is where you can really see all that cool tech in action. Those IoT sensors are basically the pump's voice, constantly reporting back on its health. Predictive analytics are listening to that data, forecasting when maintenance might be needed before something actually breaks. The CRM system isn't just for sales anymore. It's for managing this ongoing conversation. And every little thing is recorded in the pump's digital product passport. It's like a living, breathing history of its entire life.
Okay, so what happens next? When the service contract ends, or the pump just reaches the end of its first useful life? Now, in the old take, make, waste world, this is it. Story's over. Pump goes to the landfill. But in the circular model, this is just the beginning of a brand new chapter, the journey of return.
This whole process has a name, reverse logistics. Think of it as the entire system built to bring products back home. And digitization is what turns this from a really expensive headache into a strategic way to recapture value from products that would have otherwise just been thrown away.
So when that smart flow pump comes back, the digital backbone makes a really critical call. Using all the data from its digital product passport, the system figures out its next best use. Maybe 40% of them are in great shape, ready for immediate resale. That's a practice called re-commerce. Others might need some refurbishment, and for a few, the smartest move is to carefully harvest their valuable parts for recycling.
And that brings us to the final, and maybe most important piece of the puzzle, closing the loop. Whether the pump is being prepped for a new customer or being carefully broken down for its raw materials, this is where a company truly makes circularity happen.
The process is super systematic. The very same supply chain software that sent the pump out now manages its return journey. A specialized quality control system inspects it. During remanufacturing, any faulty bits are swapped out. And then a central inventory system keeps perfect track of everything, the refurbished pump and any harvested parts, before it's sent out to a new customer, ready for its second life. And this, right here, is the holy grail of the circular economy. Even when a pump just can't be repaired anymore, it doesn't become waste. Its valuable materials are harvested, they're tracked by that same inventory system, and they're fed right back into the production line to create brand new SmartFlow pumps. The loop is officially closed.
Okay, this all sounds amazing, right? So, why isn't every single company on the planet doing this? Well, it turns out there's a pretty big hurdle standing in the way for a lot of organizations.
The villain in this story is something called technical debt. It's basically the hidden cost you pay for choosing an easy short-term IT fix instead of doing it the right way, which might have taken longer. It's kind of like taking out a high-interest loan on your technology. Over time, maintaining all these clunky old systems just gets more and more complicated and expensive, and it chokes your ability to adapt and change.
And believe me, this isn't some minor issue. A survey from 2023 found that nearly 70%, that's a huge number, of tech leaders say that technical debt is a major roadblock to innovation. Their resources are so tied up just keeping the lights on with old, inefficient systems that they can't possibly invest in building the new things that circular models require.
So what this all really means is that moving to a circular economy isn't just some nice sustainability project. It's actually a powerful reason to modernize. It forces companies to finally look in the mirror and confront their technical debt, because you simply cannot build a circular future on a crumbling digital foundation. It makes fixing the problem a priority for right now, not someday in the future.
So what does an action plan, a blueprint, actually look like? Well, it means upgrading your supply chain systems so you can actually master reverse logistics. It means evolving your customer relationship systems to handle those long-term dialogues. It means using design tools that build circularity in from day one, and beefing up your inventory systems to track every last recycled part. And underneath it all, it means tackling that technical debt head-on to finally unlock the agility you need to innovate.
At the end of the day, the circular economy is so much more than a green concept. It's a data-driven, systems-level transformation, and it absolutely runs on a modern, adaptable, and intelligent digital core. So the question I want to leave you with is a pretty big one. Is your digital backbone ready for what's next?